The Boston Celtics just took a sledgehammer to their championship roster, and they might not be done swinging. 2 years ago, this team was in the NBA Finals. Last season, they finally got over the hump, adding Jrue Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis to push past the East and hang a banner. But now, both are gone. The Celtics didn't just shake the tree, they chopped it down. And if you thought that was wild, buckle up, because Jaylen Brown and Derek White could be next. Why would a team this close to title contention start from scratch? Why is a Finals MVP suddenly on the trade block? And what do they actually have to show for it? The answer isn't simple. It's layered in cap space, long-term gambles, and a CBA that punishes winning too hard, too long. This isn't just about basketball. It's about navigating a league where smart teams tear it all down before the wheels fall off. Section 1, the trades that started it all. First, let's break down the destruction. Jrue Holiday, gone. Kristaps Porzingis, gone. In return, the Celtics brought in Anthony Simons, George Niang, Terrence Mann, and a couple of second-round picks. On paper, it doesn't exactly scream, win now. But that's because this wasn't about winning right now. It was about surviving the second apron. The second apron isn't just a tax, it's a straitjacket. You lose the ability to build flexibly, add talent mid-season, or maneuver in the draft. It's designed to break up expensive rosters fast, and Boston saw the writing on the wall. They were staring at hundreds of millions in luxury penalties for a team that might not even sniff the finals again. So the front office did what most teams don't have the guts to do. They bailed before the crash. Section 2, why the Jrue deal was a steal. Here's what's surprising. Boston actually came out ahead in the Jrue deal. Yes, Jrue Holiday is an elite defender, but he just posted his worst shooting numbers in almost a decade. Career low field goal percentage in 9 years, and his worst three-point shooting in 5. He's 34, and he's still owed nearly $35 million a year for the next 3 seasons. That is not a good contract. So the Celtics flipping him for a dynamic 25-year-old scorer like Simons and extra picks, that's highway robbery. And you can bet the fans in Portland already feel it. Simons gives Boston a scoring punch off the bench or a possible future starter, someone who can catch fire and change games. Meanwhile, Portland gets a steady vet to guide Scoot Henderson and Shaedon Sharpe. But let's be honest, this feels more like a mentorship fantasy than a championship plan. Section 3, Porzingis and Atlanta's sneaky rise. Meanwhile, the Porzingis trade is quietly a huge W for Atlanta. The Hawks snagged KP and a second-round pick in a 3-team deal, and suddenly their starting lineup, Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Zachary Risache, Jalen Johnson, and Porzingis, is built like a modern playoff threat. In a weakened Eastern Conference, that's a potential top 3 seed. Every guy in that lineup is a plus defender. Yes, even Trae's hiding better now. And KP is on a contract year. He's got money on the line and a lot to prove. You want motivation? Look no further than a 7'3" stretch big trying to stay in the league and cash out. Atlanta has nothing to lose and everything to gain. This may be the best roster Trae Young has ever had, and that includes the year they went to the East Finals. If KP stays healthy, this team could be the surprise story of the entire season. Section 4. What the hell is Boston's plan? So, if Boston just offloaded 2 of its key veterans, what exactly are they doing? The answer might lie in 2 words: gap year. With Tatum recovering and the second apron avoided, the Celtics are preparing to retool around their franchise star. They're keeping their financial flexibility open, maybe even angling for a top pick in the loaded 2026 draft. Think about it. If they hang on to Jaylen Brown and Derek White this season, they'll probably win 45 games and lose in the second round. Not bad, but not great. If they move those guys now, they could tank hard and walk into 2026 with a top 3 pick and a clean cap sheet. It's not tanking if it's strategic. It's not giving up if you're setting up. Smart teams don't fear the reset. They embrace it when the time is right. Section 5, the Jaylen Brown dilemma. Now we have to talk about the elephant in the room, Jaylen Brown. He's fresh off a Finals MVP performance. He's in the prime of his career, but he's also signed to the largest contract in NBA history, set to make nearly $60 million per year by the end of it. That kind of money is usually reserved for Jokic, Luka, or Giannis. Is Jaylen in that class? The short answer, no, and not even close, especially not in Boston. He's not the 1A on this team. That's Tatum. Always has been, always will be. Jaylen's game has clear weaknesses, especially his ball handling and playmaking. He can take over quarters, but can he lead a franchise through 4 playoff rounds? In a cap environment this unforgiving, every dollar has to go to guys who bend the game. Section 6, fake trade scenarios that might be real? Still, let's entertain the madness. Let's say the Jazz offer John Collins, Colin Sexton, Walker Kessler, Isaiah Collier, and the number 5 overall pick. That's a lot, and probably dumb for Utah. But Boston? They'd think about it. That's a full youth movement overnight. Or how about the Kings? Jalen to Sacramento for Malik Monk, Keegan Murray, and every draft pick they have left. The Nets could help absorb the money, and suddenly Jalen is paired with De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis. Would Sacramento do it? Maybe, if they think Jalen can be their missing alpha. And Boston wouldn't mind offloading the contract while bringing in high-ceiling youth on rookie deals. Section 7. Don't forget Derek White. Now here's a guy no one's talking about enough, Derek White. He's not flashy, but he's a perfect modern guard. Solid on both ends, plays with poise, and shows up in the biggest moments. If the Celtics move him, it won't be because he's underperforming. It'll be because he's underpaid. White is the kind of player title teams love to steal. Someone who fits anywhere. He's reliable, unselfish, and sneaky clutch. His market could explode if teams realize how valuable he really is. Boston could get back a first-rounder and a rotation piece easily. But if they trade White and Brown, they're going full rebuild, whether they admit it or not. So where does all of this leave the Boston Celtics? They're not tanking. They're not contending. They're meditating in a salary cap monastery, fasting from bad contracts, and waiting for enlightenment in the form of a top 3 draft pick. This is what NBA front offices now call strategic suffering. And Boston's doing it with the grace of someone Marie Kondoing their championship window. Does this $60 million contract spark joy? No, thank you. Next, the Celtics are playing 4D chess, while the rest of us are still trying to figure out why we can't trade second-round picks in NBA 2K anymore. They're turning a team that was 2 wins away from a ring into a 2026 lottery ticket, and we're all just watching it happen with popcorn and disbelief. But here's the real question. Is this what we signed up for as NBA fans? We were promised dynasties, Jordan's 6 rings, Kobe and Shaq's 3-peat, Steph pulling up from San Jose and still hitting threes. Now, you blink and your team's star player is on a different coast, and your cap sheet looks like a tax return from Elon Musk. In this new league, dynasties don't die, they get audited. And honestly, maybe that's not all bad, because parity means drama, and drama means content. And content means videos like this one. So thank you, Adam Silver. You might have killed the super teams, but you saved NBA YouTube. So here's what I want to know from you. If you're a Celtics fan, are you riding with the long game or packing your Jason Tatum jersey in bubble wrap until 2027? If you're another fan base, are you laughing, panicking, or secretly hoping your GM is next to pull off a move like this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like button like the Celtics smashed their own roster. Subscribe if you love chaos, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next time a contender gets dismantled in broad daylight. Until then, breathe, Boston fans. Rebuilds are temporary. Tatum is forever.